Pro instructions, getting ready to fill the tanks with 45 to 50 psi. That's what the compressor, it's the noise you hear my compressor running. Too much. All right, there's 50-ish, or almost 50 rather. Goes quick, so that's just a small tank. All right, that goes quick. Like I said, tiny tank. Goes quick and loses quick. All right, we'll repeat the process on the other one. That step is completed. More information about thread tape versus thread sealer that comes with it. Again, more information and disclaimers about using tape, doing it properly. No warranty claims if you do it wrong. Now we gotta put these together. All right, put these little short hoses together with the sealant they provide, the male end, and then obviously the hydraulic end's the one that I just literally put on the jacks. All right. Didn't say exactly how much, but it does say a little goes a long way. So, this cap back on here. hand tight. I gotta use my wrenches. It'd be kind of hard to do that and film it, so just assume that I'm going to tighten these down properly. All right, got it tightened down pretty well. Use the old German torque spec, good and tight, but it's on there. Short hose number 2. Make sure that sealant got all around the threads. Alright. Turn this off and tighten it up. Alrighty, hose number 2 tightened and ready to go on. Now let's see what the instructions say. I guess we'll go ahead and connect them to the jacks themselves. I think, let's see, does the thread sealer go on that or not? I'll check that in just a second. I was just double checking everything. You know, these other fittings that go on to the jacks themselves, they will not require the sealant because of the type of fitting it is. All right, we'll do that real quick. Ready? Again, good and tight. I'll double check this while I'm here as well. There we go. Here with all the extra junk that's gonna go. All right, I'm gonna do the other one just like that. Actually, I didn't mean to start that recording, but I got it all set up anyway, so I might as well record it. Over there. Actually, you know what? Route this one this side. Have it curved that way. This. That is good. I don't know if that's going to be too high or not. We'll find out once I lower them down. All right, next page. Building the long hoses. All right, get to it here in a second. All right, just kind of showing everybody how these QuickJacks work. They came out of the box just like this. Got a cap for that end, a cap for the male end. It was already on the QuickJack position. They go together. This pops up, and to make sure it doesn't come loose, you rotate it away from the gap there. And then if you just want to take it apart, rotate it back to the ball, push towards the ball, and it comes apart pretty quick. Got O-rings on each side. Well, not on this side, that's where the sealant goes, but all right, we'll build this long hose here. I know I just showed the talking about building a long hose with a female and a male, but that was actually just a demonstration. I totally forgot that you got to put 2 females on each end of the long hoses, because they'll be connecting to the male end of the jack itself, and then over here to the pump once I put the male ends on those. So just to clarify that part. Just documenting. I know y'all probably wonder why I'm showing every little thing. Just to show you guys how to do it if you haven't watched another one of the 100 videos on YouTube about it, but also to prove that I did this process as correctly and as accurately as I could. I may be using too much of that stuff. I don't know. But it says this stuff is to be used so it doesn't contaminate the hydraulic fluid, like with the tape and whatnot. Yeah, I got probably too much on there. Put that around that edge there. Spin that one on. That's what I'm wipe my finger off with here. Spin this one on. Come on, Dave. There we go. Actually, I'm going to spin them back off to get some of that sealant into the threads area. Spin them back on. There we go. Now, I got to pause the video again to tighten them up. Back in a second. And both ends are nice and tight with the thread sealant on there. All right, now I got to build the other one. So hadn't even unsnapped it. Got 2 more females left, 2 males, which will go on the pump, and we'll get this thing rolling. Second long hose. A bit of thread seal. Try putting a bead all around it like that, instead of the way I did it last time with a big glop in one spot. Sorry, I'm not even on camera anymore, am I? Anyway, a little extra on those first few threads. And spun on there a little bit. Back it back off. Make sure the thread sealer's good and mixed in the threads. And tighten that one. It goes on further than that one. That's weird. All right. All right. I'm going to tighten these down. I'll be done in a second. All right, second set of hoses built. Got the one long one there, second long one here. I'll test them in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and get this compressor or pump, whatever, put together. I lied. I went ahead and connected them up, ran them out there. It's a good little ways away from these things. It's pretty long hose. So you can, just in case of a hydraulic failure, of course, I guess if you're near that thing, it could cause a major issue as well. All right, back to the instructions here. All right, pressurizing the cylinders. I already did that actually. May have done that wrong. It's fully lowered, but the other instructions told, watched either a video or some instructions said you can raise these manually, which I did, to be able to get to these fittings better and tighten them down instead of having to work around the upright. So I could have sworn the instructions back here talking about filling them. Yeah, talking about air pressure and whatnot. Thought that was the first step. Oh well, I can let the air out of it and lower them down. Anyway, we'll get to that. All right, next in line is installing the fittings on the power unit itself. Installing the bottom power unit quick connect first, then the top. Of course, I'm sure you've seen that on other videos if you've watched it. Anyway, that's what it says. I'm going to do that. I'll get back on film shortly. All right, it says to remove plastic plug. Install the bottom one first. Of course, this little thing gets in the way. Use it to quick tighten down. German torque spec, good and tight. See, these are going to be a problem, kind of in the way. Adjust them where I need them later, but all right, put these out here like this. And that's pretty much that. This stuff is not supposed to be messed with, I would guess. Make sure that's tight. I'm not sure what that goes to, but yeah. Or what these are for. Well, while I had it here, I went ahead and installed the little handle. It's just 2 Allen screws on the bottom that come in the handle itself. You took it out of the package. So I got that part handled, pardon the pun. Okay, so I let the air back out of these little small tanks so I could lower them down manually. I realized I got too much height on the bin like most people do when you first put them on, so I'm going to adjust those slightly. Yeah, that's more like it, way below the level there. Same for the second one. Tighten back up. All right, put the air back in the things there. I've got to go get hydraulic fluid. I did not do that prior to unboxing and doing this, so I've got to get some hydraulic fluid to fill that up with and then do the whole prop up bleeding process, but I won't do that until probably tomorrow. These fittings, they said, need to wait 24 plus hours with the sealant, so I'm not going to put any pressure on them whatsoever till those set up, and I guess that's about it. All right, for the record, I went ahead and, like I said, removed the air and did this at the right step. Got them propped up. I think I got to go one more higher. So fittings are on the pump, handles on the pump, hoses are all connected. Once again, I'm not doing anything about this. By the way, these instructions, you don't have to put the power unit together because the way it comes now, it's all pre-installed on the power unit. So there's no plugs like there used to be, I guess. As far as connecting the up and down switch, that's already connected as well. That's a little foam thing there. Now I got to move on to my fill and bleed process, which I will do. By the way, my cap came with the self-bleeding, self-ventilating cap, not the old school kind that you had to keep loose or whatever. You had to loosen it to make sure it bleeds properly. Mine came with that cap. So, make sure I've got these. No, I do have it right. 2 tall, 1 medium. Needs to be under the middle though. Actually, you know what? Need to put them on the other end. So these blocks need to be over here. So I'll do this later, let you guys have a shot of the instructions here in case you read through those prior to buying a set. Talks about the lifting blocks. I did get the SUV and light truck package. I've got those in a box over there. All right, back to where I need to be. So I need to get these bleeder screws to the top. It's going to be on that end over there, so I need to change this. All right, now I've got them right. So we'll get ready to fill the power unit and bleed. The bleeder screws there. Takes several attempts, evidently, to get them right. We'll continue that tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. I gotta go for a drive early in the morning, so I'm not sure if we're gonna be back in time. Maybe have to do it the next day. One last little thing as far as the instructions. It talks about the different types of fluids. ISO 324668 hydraulic fluid, approved automatic transmission fluids such as Dextron 3, Dextron 6, Mercury 5, on LV, and any synthetic multi-vehicle automatic transmission fluid. I guess that means you can do just about anything. I've seen multiple videos of people using different stuff, so well, I guess one's better than the other. Probably just use Dextron 3, I guess, whatever is the most prevalent at the parts store when they go pick it up. Other than that, if there's anything else you guys wanted to see about the instructions, let me know in the comments. I can try to add a short video, but going backwards, if anybody wants to see any of this prior to buying a set. Pretty much talked about the unpacking. All the rest of the stuff up front, the checklist, safety stuff, tools required, what it should have come with, all the specs. There it is, jacks, all the pads, fittings, long and the short hoses, little frame position handles, so you can move them around under the car without having to get your hand under there. I know this is the boring part, folks, but a lot of people don't show this in other videos, so I figured I would show this in mine. By the way, if anybody didn't see it, I've got the 7000TL set. So mine are going to be a 1/2 inch taller. Hopefully they'll go under all of our vehicles. If not, just drive up on a 1/2 inch piece of plywood in each tire. And her boxer is pretty low. That'll be the one that I'm worried about. But we will see if that works. Okay, I know I'm just stalling now. I just really kind of hate that I can't do anything else till I get the fluid and let that thread sealer set up overnight. And I'll go over the bleeding process later, but there's that. Final checklist after you're done. Never lower all the way to the ground without tires, because it needs a little space to build up power to get it off the ground. And then you figure out how to use the locking bar. I'll try to add some of the function stuff to it when I get them put together. Little cam load positions for what it's for, you know, the weight on it versus lowering it, raising it. Guess I didn't show these earlier, but and then there's the 12 volt, like using your car battery to operate it if you had to on the side of the road. Maintenance points to lubricate. Outdoor operation, never leave them outdoors. Obviously you can operate them outdoors in good weather, but I would recommend getting them rained on. And all your troubleshooting stuff, which y'all can figure out for yourself after you buy a set. Hopefully you won't have any troubles. And then priming the pump if that doesn't work like it should in the beginning. Okay, I'm done. See you next time. All right, just finished filling the reservoir. I'll top it off. Actually, I need a little bit more than just the 2 quarts, I think, but I'm not gonna put any more in it until we figure out what it's gonna do. I don't know how tight that's supposed to be, but I'm gonna do a hand tight for now. I'll see what happens when we get them bled. I was just reading it. You're supposed to raise and lower it 3 times, about 8 inches, I guess, to get the fluid pumped into the lines and the jacks themselves. So I'm gonna try that real quick, see what happens. There goes nothing. So they are going up a little uneven, and down is not doing anything. But I've got the pressure in there, so let's see what's going on here and we'll see what happens. I'll get back to you. All right, so I was unable to do it on camera, but I just pressed the down button, put a little pressure on the frames. We'll go back up one more time. And see if it'll go down. It will not, so I'm gonna have to put pressure on the frames. All right, we'll do that one more time. All right, one more time. All right, I'm not going to go any higher than that. I'm just going to lower them again and we'll start the bleeding process. Still not doing it on its own. Well, I guess it is kind of going down a little bit. That one started to. Going down. All right. Now we'll do the bleed thing. This is going to be kind of hard to film and be ready for this fluid they say is coming out. All right. I don't know if you heard that or see it. All right. No air. Wipe that off. All right, over to the second one. Not much air. Tighten that back down. Block that off. Leave this here with the Allen wrench. All right, see what happens now. Still not going down on its own. Put a little weight on it. Cold in here, by the way, so maybe once hydraulic fluid's moving slow. Back down, so let's bleed it again. Extra fluid coming out of that one. Just trying to make sure I got all the air out of it. All right, tighten that back up. I know this is boring, guys, but I don't think anybody on YouTube actually showed this, so I'm going to be the boring guy that does it. There's that. See what happens with the lift. Still being jerky and not even. Just putting weight on them. Get it to go down. In fact, I'll just pause this till I get it right. Y'all know what I'm doing now. All right, third time bleeding, but I'm not sure I'm getting all the air out of it. I'm just being really reserved with the amount of fluid I'm letting out of there. Well, there we go. Kind of even. Still it doesn't go down by itself. Let's step on it and see if it does. Risky. There it goes. Well, I guess I can't. I shouldn't really do both or one at a time. Can't really stand on both. There we go. And on the way down. Right side first. Left side down. All right, both down. Bleed it one more time. All right, well, fourth time bleeding, I believe. I'm gonna step on these things, try to kill myself. And I'm gonna raise it a little bit. Right one went up a little bit first. Going down evenly. Now you can't see it. I think the right one went down just a little bit quicker. Yep. So they went up evenly that time, and it seemed like they're coming down evenly this time. Right up and down just a hair early. And it started a hair early. I'm a heavy guy, I'm 270-ish. But right now the right one is going down slow. Maybe it's just the way I was leaning, who knows. We'll do it one more time, we'll bleed them one more time. All right, hopefully the last time. Up evenly. Trying to balance. And it feels like they're going down evenly. And right side went down just a little quicker. That could be from my weight distribution though. When I get a car on here, we'll see. Actually, I'm gonna put them together and see what happens. One last time. Up evenly together. They don't go down, let's put weight on them. Almost the same. So it is my weight distribution. Whoops, I didn't have that focused. So I'm putting 1 foot on each. No way I can do both. I guess there is. Maybe they'll stand sideways, see what happens. All right. So they're up evenly. I don't know if you can see that. Zoom in. And then down. So if I put more weight on my heel, the back one goes. So that's just me doing the weight, because I've had it happen on both sides, where now I'm standing forward, one on each. They still come up evenly. And then when I go down, it all depends on if I stand straight or if I've got one foot weighted more than the other. But we're going down and on the ground even. All right, I like it. So that's the setup and test. Now I've got to put one of the cars on it. I'll do that later. Actually, I'm gonna try the lowest car first. We'll get it down here in just a little bit. All right, I got through setting these up. should be close, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use the low setting. I mean the low blocks, or if I'm gonna need the high ones. Alright, it's making a weird noise. I'm not gonna go any higher. I think it's because I need a little extra fluid. I only got 2 quarts. It seems like it needs more than that. So I'm just gonna check, see what I'm looking at under the car first. Well, I can't really tell. There's hardly any room in there. All right, I can't really tell where I'm at, to be honest with you. I may have to actually put the car on some, like, 2x4s or something to raise it up just a little bit so I can see a little better. Check the other side real quick. Hard to tell if I'm on the right spot or not. Well, I don't see anything going really bad, except for the sound of that fluid running out. Let me see. Go down. Seems like the front of the car's bouncing just a little bit. Move that out of the way. So they are a little teetery. So rear engine Porsches. Might not necessarily be the best. I'm gonna have to go back. I have to move those things back as far as I can move them. Get as much weight, or get the weight on the back. So I'll adjust and see what happens, but we'll go ahead and lower it. Well, I took a chance. It's on the first lock. So, I'm over here sweating actually. I am sweating. See what I'm talking about here? Well, actually I got it off. Not rocking like it was. when it was going up. Well, I may still try to move it back. Anyway, there's the initial lift. I guess I should get down underneath it with a flashlight and see what's what. First off, I'm gonna test this. So it is on the lock. Well, there's room in there. There's that block. Let's go back here. Sorry. Let's try this again. The rear one is a little different. I don't know if you see it in there. Looks like it might be pretty well on that also. So I guess overall, I need to slide these back just a hair if I can to get more of the frame underneath the rear engine, by the way. All right. Sorry for the boring long video, guys, but living it with me, the nervousness. All right, so we're gonna try to put them back down here. So I've got to go up a hair. Do that. Do that. Make sure those are out of the way. And come on down. Well, first lift successful. Forgot to set the parking brake, so it moved a little bit. Now I just got to see if I can move these back a hair and still get the pads adjusted correctly. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. That's the setup of the QuickJack 7000TL set. And sooner or later, we'll be giving it a try on the whole supercharged S2K and the 2023 2SS 1LE. My other two babies. Forced induction. All right, guys. Thanks for coming along on the journey with me. Got any questions, put it in the comments. I'll try to answer best I can. But I think I covered most of it. You can tolerate all my boring setup. All right, one last test session. Can't really get these any further rearward because of the way the mounting or the jack point areas are on the car and the spacing of them on the jacks. So if I come back more to support the back of the car more, I don't have any space to really lift up front where the jack point is, or the specified jack point. I'm gonna have to get it up and look and see. But I'm gonna do one more test, by the way. I put a thicker rear pad, put one of the thick pads on the back instead of the medium pads. So lift it one more time. if I should go any higher, but anyway. I mean, it's not rocking and shaking like it was when I first lifted it. So that's good. See if I got enough fluid to go to the top. Okay, it is officially on the stands. Thing's kind of up there. Every time I watched the video of this car, I never really realized how high it was. But that bad boy's up there. A shot from over here. Need better lighting down here, by the way. Semi-new to garage to us, still getting it all set up. Step back a little bit. All right. Well, I'm satisfied. All right, sorry for the long video, folks, but just wanted to cover it all. For all two of you that may watch this. Thanks again for sticking with me.